Hook. The hook is designed to catch the attention of the students and help make the challenge relevant to their lives. It could be an activity, a video, or teacher presentation. The hook precedes the big idea.
This cello is made from an oil can and wood that was thrown away in the garbage. It sounds like this.
This unit covers transformations, which is a math expectation for 8th graders. Using geocaching as a hook, the challenge requires students to make a coordinate grid using reflections, rotations, and dilations of a polygon to map locations. The hook involved students using their own cell phone devices. They navigated around the school using a GPS on their smartphones to various places on campus where I hid virtual treasure. This was their introduction to geocaching, and you could feel the excitement and the longing to know more.
Big idea. A big idea is one that is important on a local or global scale and that students can work with to gain the deep multidisciplinary content knowledge and understanding that is required by the standards for their grade level. An example of a local big idea would be improving classroom design, and a global example would be sustainability of the environment. What is sound?
The big idea, which was tracking, locating, and investigating locations.
Essential question. The big idea allows for the generation of a wide variety of essential questions that reflect the interests of the students and the needs of their community. Each group will narrow their thoughts to one essential question. The essential question: how was the musical scale created? We generated interest by looking at a wave generator, and then mathematically we tied the unit circle into the sine wave and the cosine wave. Challenge. From the essential question, multiple challenges are brainstormed by students from which one is identified, or the teacher presents the challenge, bypassing the student brainstorm. This concise challenge asks students to create a specific solution that will result in concrete, meaningful action. The challenge utilizes the engineering design process that answers the essential question. First began by studying various types of musical instruments and how they generate sound. Students then broke into groups and studied various musical instruments and how they produce sound. Then we set about constructing our instruments, keeping in mind that we had to produce an 8-note scale.
It's time to come up with a project, and you guys are going to help me do that. But before we can just say, hey, this is what we want our project to be, we need to have some conversations, okay? So we're going to do a lot of discussing today, and by the end of the day, you guys are going to have given me a lot of ideas so that this weekend I can go home and I can use all of your ideas, put them together, and come up with one big challenge, which is going to be a project for you guys to complete next week.
House arrest animals.
Yeah.
Chase King.
That's definitely. What, he has house arrest?
You didn't know that?
No. Right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is technically the only
You know
thing that's
him,
allowed to
don't
be
you?
out.
I haven't.
Yeah, some
So,
kid was messing with
so house arrest is a way to, like, you know, make sure that people that aren't supposed to be out and about are actually where they're supposed to be. What are you guys thinking over here? What's a good one you've come up with?
Oh, lost phones.
Yeah. Let's talk though. I want you guys to choose one out of all of yours that we're going to talk about in class here for just a second.
How do I track down animals that are in trouble in the northern part?
Her idea, if you didn't hear her, was to track different animals. Perhaps you were saying specifically polar bears, right? And you were talking about global warming and kind of just to see, are there a lack of polar bears out there because of the warming conditions? Anybody think of that? I know a couple of you said to locate animals. How many people thought of that in their groups? A couple different groups? Good. I think that's a fantastic idea. It's definitely impacting society. Absolutely. This is the brainstorming process. First, we're going to help each other, you know, brainstorm some possible ideas, okay? And then I'm going to go home. I'm going to plan out what it is. I'm going to use some of your ideas here. For example, will GPS help us find our cars? Will GPS help us find iPhones? So I'm going to calculate everything and I'm going to come up with a challenge. And this is called challenge-based learning. So that means that you guys as a class came up with a challenge. I didn't as your teacher. Okay, I'm just putting it together for you. So I hope it's something good and then I'll let you know. And actually though, I'm going to also ask the other classes too. So out of all the classes, we'll kind of figure out what it is that we want to do.